Ooh, I tell you. Ooh, look at that mamacita. I'm in fine shape. I'm in fine shape. I've been doing like fasting, like real fasting, girl. Fasting is one thing that will help you lose weight faster than anything else. This is fasting. Yeah, mamacita. This is me eating clay and if it's something that you want, baby, come and share my world, my world. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Hey, today I'm making my tea. My tea. I haven't been live for a minute. Let me tell you, when you have a job and you're trying to do social media for your business to get things going, it's not easy. It's not easy to start a business and you want to have it on social media. Age 17. Age 17. If you're age 17 and you're interested in mental health, I created a mental health course for young people. And that mental health course is called Post Traumatic Bliss, posttraumaticbliss.com. It's mental health. And a lot of coaches out there, they offer coaching for like 3,500, 4,500. And I was like, when I was 17, I could not afford 4,500, 3,500. So I made my course $49. $49. If you want coaching on mental health, go to posttraumaticbliss.com. Buy your course for $49. I have given you all the secrets that I have learned as a mental health advocate for $49. Now other people will give that shit to you for $3,500. And I was like, what the hell? People who need it most, the young people, they are not making that much money. They're not in a position in their life where they can even give you $500 or these people are sometimes so broke that they have to find $100, but they need to get their mental health right from the very beginning if they're going to have a healthy decade, if they're going to have a prosperous decade. Now, at $45, I'm still sponsoring you because my site costs more than $200 a month to keep going. I still have shit like I have shit like my software that I have to use to edit videos and shit, and they cost me money. Some of them cost me like what? Like $30 subscription per month. So you're getting so much nice body, nice. Okay, I'm fine. Please. I'm fine. Okay. I told you 2025. I was not going to. By the beginning of this year, I was almost overweight. I was overweight. So fasting, if you want to get your health back, like to lose weight, I mean, you got to start eating one meal a day. Yeah. Eat one meal a day. I'm telling you, you're going to go back to to it's called one meal a day body. And lots of water. Anyway, yeah, it's fasting. Anyway, that class, that posttraumaticbliss.com, I have a class. It's $49. If you're in your 20s, I know you don't have much money. The cost that I'm giving you is worth $3,500. That's what the coaches out here are charging for mental health, but they're charging people who have fucked up their life already. Like people who are in their 30s, they didn't get any guidance whatsoever, and then they kind of like sleepwalked and stumbled into life, and they walked through a lot of trauma, a lot of things. At 17, you don't need that shit. Like at 17, you need to know how to walk through life before you start like getting traumatized by life. You know, you need to start like figuring out how to stay focused, because focus and attention, I'm telling you right now, if you're in your 15, you're a teenager, you're getting in your 20, your attention and focus are your biggest asset. And that is what the enemy is after, your attention and your focus. They're not after anything else. The enemy of your destiny is not after anything else. Is after your attention, because if they can get your attention, they can get into your head. If they can get into your head, they can fuck you up. They can make you give them money. They can make you do shit. Okay? That is why a lot of people, they end up drinking. They, you know, like if we are advertised this nice life of party, being happy, you go out, you sleep around, you smoke a lot, you vape. This life is advertised because somebody got into our head and they advertised it. If you see like older movies, they always portrayed the cigarette as this thing like that made you feel cool to smoke a cigarette. And every celebrity, like Elizabeth Taylor, everybody, they were in their movies, they were smoking, right? And then there was an epidemic of lung cancer from people smoking, right? Like it just went, like it became a wave until like people started realizing, oh my God, cigarette is addictive, and but it was advertised. They got into people's head. The devil has to get through the attention and get into your head. As a mental health advocate, somebody advocating for your health and your well-being, I have made it so low that you can get mental health help for $49, $50. Can you invest in your life for $50? $50. Can you invest in life-saving knowledge? You buy books for $50. You buy shoes for $200. So like I left every excuse for any person who wants to improve their mental health. It's only $49. If you decided to fast and skip your Starbucks coffee, which is like $7 right now, you skip it like how many times? Like 5 times, you could afford a $49 class. You know, that would actually help you get your life together quickly, figure out your strategy and move forward. Because let me tell you, I see a lot of people out there protesting, life is difficult, blah, blah, blah. I see a lot of people like right now, is it Europe, Dutch, like the people, the Republic, like the Dutch, they are now protesting that rent is high because of immigrants. I'm like, shit, rent is high in Kenya. You wanna move there? You wanna come to California? Life is expensive. Shit, life is expensive in places that people don't even live. Okay? Life is expensive. You're taking out to the streets, and I'm like Europe of all, like I was like, if I could build a Mount Everest for all the crap that Europe has stolen from Africa, I could come up with how many Mount Everests for all the stuff. You know, you go to Europe, you see their gold, you see their palaces, you see their bridges, and you're like, how much of that crap came from Africa? If I could build a Mount Everest, I could probably build 200, 400 Mount Everest with all the crap they've stolen from Africa. Now they're complaining that rent is high. Like, welcome to reality. Things cost money. Life is expensive, you know? And I'm like, okay, how many, if I was to reverse that question, how many Mount Everest could I build for the crap that Africa has taken from Europe? I know. How many Mount Everest would I build if I took all the crap that Africa has stolen from Europe? I know it's laughable because you don't think it could even make one Mount Everest. You in your heart, you fucking don't even think it's possible to build one whole Mount Everest from crap that Africa may have stolen from Europe. And now I'm like, they're complaining about rent. Rent has been expensive all my life. When I was a teenager, life was expensive. Rent was expensive. I wasn't making enough money. My landlord has raised rent like every year since 2020. Life is expensive. You know, I'm supposed to feel sorry for the Dutch Republic. You know, they're protesting that, like, this is what young people don't get. When let's say Europe, if you don't have resources, then you have to make do with the rest of the world. So if we are giving you our resources and you're going to create work, then the world tells you it's a capitalist economy. In capitalism, you want there to be free of flow of resources. There has to be free flow of labor. There has to be a free flow of stuff. Yeah, you know, you have to make, you know, so the only way that this world, this whole planet, this rock that we stand on is ever going to stand up is going to stand on our civility. How we can be civilized and treat each other across the whole world, okay? Now, Europeans don't have a rap for treating people the best way, but they have good marketing strategy. You know, like Europe is well marketed, like Europe is marketed like this nice place to live. Like all they needed to tell people is rent is expensive there. Nobody would want to immigrate there, but they they put on this lifestyle that life is great in Europe. No, tell people like rent is expensive. People will bounce. People, they will go to China or, you know, somewhere else. Just people don't, you know, tell them the truth. So people market Europe as bad. Like how many people care to come to Africa? No, we tell them rent could actually be cheaper in Africa, but we tell them there's malaria, there's starvation, there's no security. Nobody wants to go there. But you know, China is a bad place. You know, China is a bad place because Chinese, after they hear all this marketing about Africa, they still want to come to Africa. You're like, you're not afraid of malaria? There's starvation here. Are you sure you're gonna starve if you you're on your own? There's no security here. And they still come. It's marketing. I don't know why they come. I don't know if China is that bad. Like, it must be that bad. Like, if you're going to be threatened and given like all this bad marketing and you still choose your fate is better there. Like, I think we are like Africa for them, I think is like America. Like, whoa, because they are coming in flocks. I'm like, oh, wait, you're coming here? I'm like you're coming here? And we told you like Africa, there's starvation. You haven't seen the photos. You haven't seen like we have vigilantes and all that. You still want to come to Africa? I don't know about China. I don't know. I don't know. I anything. If you're not afraid of our marketing and the way we marketed Africa, like that's the thing. Like it's all marketing. If Europeans, you don't want us like to come there. Show us your starving children, because we know there are starving children there. Nobody wants that fate for their children. Like even I might take my chances for myself, but at the thought of my children might starve, fuck no, fuck that shit. I'm not going nowhere, nowhere that that kids could be starving. But Europeans like to hide their problems. They're not going to show you the kids in foster care. They're not going to show you the kids that are not doing well, like they aren't thriving. No, they're going to show you Dior and those models that are walking like this, catwalking. That's what Europe will sell you. And so when they sell that shit and people immigrate to Europe because they're like, okay, maybe they are better. Maybe the life there is a little better than here. Maybe I could just pack up all my problems and move to Europe. Because they're marketing a life that does not exist. They're marketing utopia, really. That's what they're feeding the rest of the world. Utopia. In Africa, we show you the real life. We don't market it. We don't try to make it better, yeah. Hello, Pabon. So I think there is that, right? Like if you have an immigration problem, you have a marketing problem. You have a marketing problem. That's the marketing. Why are you inviting people, showing them how nice it is to live in your country? Show them the real problems. Nobody is lining up to go to Ecuador because the marketing is damn terrible. They'll tell you that they are drug lords, and you're like, oh wait, I probably don't want that. And that's probably good for that country because now they don't have other people wanting to come and take up their resources because they believe that they might die. Like, let me get some milk. You see that it's all marketing. It's like it's a marketing problem. Now they're on the streets in Europe. They're protesting. Rent is expensive. I don't know. It's hard for me to feel sorry for Europe. You can tell with all the melanin in my body. It's hard for me to feel sorry for Europeans when I know I can build like 1 billion Mount Everest from all the crap they've stolen from Africa. Like, it kind of gives me a little joy. Like, oh, you're complaining about rent too? Oh, we share the same problems? Oh, God. Oh, you have also rent problems. Oh, I didn't know. This is so new to me. Oh, you're protesting about rent. Now that's white privilege. I never protested. I never thought in my mind I could protest about rent being expensive all my life. Like, I could protest for rent being high? Man, okay. I'm protesting. Stop rent high. I don't know. How do you do that? I don't know. I have tears, but it's not for Europe. No. They're protesting. They have an immigration problem. When you take up people's resources and you build nice places, now people think, oh, that life there is better. Let me move there. Yeah, because they stole your resources. Now they have a problem. The rent is high. Europe has problems that even Americans cannot digest. Even Americans are like, what now? What? Europe has a rent problem? All right. same as here, same as the rest of the world. Like, worry about your problems, I worry about my problems. Like, don't make me feel sorry for you. I got a life. I also got problems, like I need water, you know. People think like even Europe, even America has problems. Like you still have to buy drinking water. But this is not the life they're going to show you in the US. They only show you that drinking water is only bought in Africa, right? I have a drinking water problem too. Hey. All right. Okay. Next topic. I don't know. Problems are always coming from Europe. I don't know. Europeans have problems. Americans don't know these types of problems. I think I've been too Americanized. So, Prince Andrew, I think Prince Charles said that Prince Andrew is no longer going to be Prince. His title, he's going to drop his title from Prince. Like he's no longer Prince. We all knew that all along. This Andrew was a pedophile. So it's news to us. Oh, like now that the monarchy has caught up with the rest of the world, it's now news to us. I don't know. The human soul is a story for the ages. I don't know. Like this guy has this I think he's the father of Princess Beatrice. And that girl, she has like these psycho eyes, like she has been traumatized. And then there are news that this father is also a pedophile. So for me, that makes me wonder, like, did he do something to his daughter? And now Prince Charles is like, I mean, I don't care for Prince Charles. I think he probably unalived Diana, so he could be a murderer somewhere there in him, but you never know. It could have been the queen. Who knows about these people, what they're capable of? Who knows what they're capable of? Anyway, even Charles was like, you cannot be Prince. Like, you can imagine somebody unhinged as King Charles being like, you, Andrew, you're not worthy to be Prince. I'm like, Now this got my attention. Once Prince Andrew and Epstein and those files, after they came up, for me, I was like, this guy, pedophile Andrew, like I had already like kind of, but now, like after all these years is when King Charles is getting updated on this information. This is when they're dropping the title Prince on his name. I'm like, we always knew he was a pedophile. Like what news? Is this news to us? Like, is this something that we're supposed to find? Like, oh, the monarchy has now reconciled their soul that a pedophile should not be named Prince. We're supposed to be grateful? We're supposed to be grateful now? Like, whoever told these people that we care about their titles? Whoever told them that we give a fuck? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna drink from my wicked mug. I'm gonna drink from my wicked mug. Whoever told these people that we actually give a fuck? We got got too many problems right here in America and Kenya, you know. Let's start with the problems that I have from Kenya. And you can tell me what problems you have. We can talk about your problems. But, you know, in Kenya, we just lost a politician. A big name. A big name. Big name. I'm just going to say big name. Big name. Big name. Huh? The country is in mourning. They're probably going to fly the flag at half-mast because this big man has been a career politician all his life and he died at 80. In 2007, when I was in Kenya, there was post-election violence orchestrated by this man who died. Okay? Because he lost the Kenyan election. You guys can forget. You can pretend to forget that a lot of Kenyans did not die because this man could not accept the fate that he had lost that election. And he had already planned. I had read a book by Michaela Wrong. Michaela Wrong was a journalist from Europe. And she had said that this big name that died, he had planned a genocide for 1 million Kikuyus. Kikuyus are, you know, my father is Kikuyu, my mother is Kamba. But he had planned that, 1 million. And when he lost, immediately violence broke out and they started killing Kikuyus. Imagine if he had won. Imagine if he had won. Now Kenyans have a problem that a politician have died. I don't have a problem. He was 80, okay? And he killed a bunch of people. You think I have a problem with that? Now you guys are crying crocodile tears, you're in mourning. He was fucking 80. Jesus, dessert. I'm from Kenya. That's why I'm complaining about Kenya, love. My body is eating. My body be eating. I tell you, like all these fat bitches be like, small bitches can eat everything. Small bitches don't fucking eat. I'm sorry. They fast. They don't fucking eat whatever they want. You eat whatever you fucking want. They don't. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know what happened today. I'm kind of brutal. I'm kind of like savage today. I know. My channel is mental health. My passion. What I call this channel post-traumatic bliss. Okay? Like this is all you can see from all the trauma I've been through. This is bliss. This is fucking bliss. When you've been through trauma and you found joy in life again, I can tell you one thing you have is zero patience for people who like to pretend. We live in a world where people just wear a mask and they pretend. I wear the mask at work, fine, because you know I want to help people go about making money. These are people that I actually love and care about. These are people who understand the situation that we are all in. We all gotta go there. We all gotta make a living. We all gotta take care of our families. So when I'm at work, I am 100% dedicated to helping those people, you know, come, get prepared, do their best, feed their families, make their life. What I don't have shit for is some stupid politicians who kind of lie to people, you know, like all that, you know, without caring about people's mental health. I do not do that. I do know that if you do not live in a political system that affects your life and your mental health, good for you. But for the most of us in this life, our the politics affects our families, our life, and who we are. You know, if you're a black person, you know politics affects your family, the food that you have on your table, your mental health, everything. So, you know, these are channels like, anyway, let's go back to what matters most. Happiness. A lot of people like to be happy. They want to be happy in life. They want to be joyful. They want to have this great life where they are happy. But they don't want no responsibility for their happiness. You think happiness is going to walk right into your doorsteps, knock, and then you open the door and happiness walks in, and then you're married and you'll stay forever, happily ever after. That fairy tale is a lie. If you want happiness, you must take responsibility for your happiness. 100%. Happiness is not cheap. It's not something you buy from the store. It's a life you cultivate with discipline. That is happiness. You want somebody else to tell you like, oh, you know, go out there, drink, have party, drink, twerk, you know, smoke. You want that kind of happiness, you're not gonna get it. That is called fleeting dopamine. It's the dopamine effect, it's fleeting. You will feel high, and then it will go down, and then it will be Monday, and then you have to do that shit all over again on Friday. But that's not happiness. Happiness is a life cultivated with discipline. Shaq O'Neal. I'm like, I'm supposed to feel sorry for you, Shaq? Please. He was like, the best time in my life is when I used to come home and I could hear the kids laughing, I could hear the kids screaming, you know, and I fucked it all up because I wanted other bitches on the streets, you know, and I fucked the whole life up. It's my biggest regret in life. I'm supposed to feel fucking sorry for you? Like, for being a selfish asshole? Like, we're supposed to now feel sorry for you. Now that you learned your lessons and you became smarter, we're supposed to feel sorry for you. You know, as a mental health advocate, I commend people who learn from their mistakes. It's good to learn from your mistakes. I'm happy for you, you learn from your mistakes. But I'm not feeling sorry for you. Good for you, you learn from your mistakes. But I'm not feeling sorry for you. It's so sad because you had a loving wife, you know, who was there for you. You had kids who would have loved to have a father come home to them and meet their needs, give them that psychological support, give them that, help them with their homework. I mean, I know you can do their homework, but you could have been there for them, you know, emotional support and all that shit. You're not the person that we feel sorry for. Is the damage that you have done, other people you've hurt in your life, you know, because, you know, if you just didn't want a black woman and you just wanted to marry a white woman, you could have done that from the very beginning, and then you could have had happy kids. Now, men like you, black men like you cause trauma on other black children, you cause trauma on black women, and then we are fucking supposed to feel sorry for fucking you for being a loser? I'm sorry. I'm glad you learned from your mistakes, but the thing is, you've hurt other people in your life, and there are things that you cannot just take back. You know? Yeah, shit like that. Shit like that gets to me. Because some people think that they can get away with their selfishness, and they do, you know. And the biggest regret you will ever do in your life is loving somebody who is not worth loving. Yeah, those people, they betray you with a cruelty that you can never imagine. They'll betray you with a cruelty that you cannot even pick it up from an imaginary book, or even something you cannot even imagine. That shit is cold, fucking fed to you, like served cold, like just right there. You know, this woman had kids with him, like 5 kids. Do you know how much life you have to risk to pop out like 5 kids? I don't have kids. I don't think I'm ever going to have kids. It's fucking risky. You pop out 5 fucking kids for somebody, and then they betray you, they leave you and dump you. And we go, yeah. Like, maybe his type was a white woman all along. Like, why didn't you just fucking do that from the very beginning? And you could have saved a lot of people a lot of turmoil, you know? Like, fucking shit like that. Down low, down, low, 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 low. Like, I'm so glad that you learned from your mistakes, that you are fucking selfish. But what am I supposed to do with your fucking selfishness? Like, what am I supposed to do with it now? After you've betrayed people? Like, what are people supposed to do? Like, never ever in your life, love fucking people who don't deserve to be loved. They will betray you. They will betray you. And that it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship. It could be your best friend. If you love them and they're not supposed to be loved, you're going to put them so close to you, they're going to sleep with your husband or your wife. They're going to do shit like that. Shit that's absolutely cold. Cold. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that for your mental health. Be careful. Don't give your love and your affection to just anybody. Test people first. Test them. You must test people with your love, with your affection. Give them the test of their life. I don't care, you know. Bring a sexy woman from nowhere, you know, and see if he's going to fall for her, you know. Bring a rich guy who's faking money. See if she's gonna fall for it, you know. Test people. Test. Some people will not even pass the smallest test. Like it will not even take them 5 minutes. Some of these people that you guys are building a life with, it will not take them 5 minutes to betray you. Surely, like Jesus told Peter, you're going to betray me. And it didn't even take him a second. Peter's betrayal for Jesus was so quick. And he did it 3 times. 3 times. You know, Jesus was a mind reader. You know, he knew things that, you know, he was psychic and all that. He could know people. Like for me, right now with all the trauma that I have been through, I don't trust people. I don't. That's the best thing I could tell you. Don't trust people. Like, just know people will fall to their worst self when given a chance. Most men will sleep with your best friend in a second. Given a chance. They're going. Not even with your best friend, like with just anybody. Basically with anything, given a chance like that. Most women, they'll leave you for somebody with more money in a bed like that. Like in a second. You know? So if you're not a psychic like Jesus, that you can read people's minds, I tell you, test people. Be very, very careful. Be very careful. You know, I'm always shocked, I'm always shocked. Like like spouses who kill each other, and I'm like, you lived with this person for 10 years, 15 years, 35 years. Like, what made you keep going? Like, they ended up killing you. Like, what made you keep going? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but they, they, they didn't give you no clue. They didn't give you like any vibe, like you better be somewhere else. You're happy with someone else. You're safer, perhaps, with somebody else. I don't know. I tell you, the human soul is a tale for the ages. Who can fathom it? Unless you're like Christ and you can see souls and you can read from them. For me, this is what I didn't learn about. I didn't learn about growing up is you're taught to be kind, to be loving, and I believe in all that. I believe the world cannot be any good without kindness, without love, without us working together. But you're not taught about the people who actually like to take advantage of the system. Like, you're not taught, like, we live in a world where there are parasites. There are people who will come and take advantage of your kindness, of your love, of your generosity. We are rarely cautioned about those people. And for me, that is something that, I had to kind of really learn, like, be wise as a serpent. Like, there are people who will take advantage of your kindness, of your generosity. If you don't know how to protect that, you will not be fucking happy. I'm telling you, happiness is a game. Happiness is a discipline. Happiness is something you protect. But if you don't have those fences, she will walk out of your life. If you don't have boundaries that protect your happiness, happiness will just tiptoe out of your life like a pro. She can disappear completely. Like, the next time you see her, you'll be fucking 80. Like, you'll be fucking 80. The next time she walks into your door, happiness can walk out of your life if you don't know how to protect it. If you're always giving people without boundaries, happiness will walk out of your life. If you're always too kind without boundaries, happiness will walk out of your life and poverty will come into your life. You gotta have boundaries. I'm not lying to you. You gotta have boundaries, otherwise happiness will walk out of your life. A lot of people give you the wrong impression of happiness, that you go out to the club, you smoke, you drink, you have surrounded by fake friends, you're dancing, you're drinking, and that is what is being sold in this society, that is happiness. You go to Beyonce concert, Nicki Minaj, you're twerking, you're drinking, you're good, right? That is what happiness is being protected. That is what they're selling as happiness. But I'm telling you today, happiness is a disciplined life that you protect. Like, you're not trusting just anybody into your life. You're not just welcoming people into your life. You're not just giving your money, your resources to people. You're not just pouring endlessly and mindlessly to people. Happiness has wisdom. Happiness is created by wisdom and discipline. And that is not what they're telling you. That is not what they'll tell young people. No, nobody wants young people to think like life is hard and difficult and that you have to save money instead of spend it all. Like, who the fuck wants to tell young people that life is like you have to be an adult and be disciplined and protect your peace, protect your mental health and your finances. That's too much. Let them watch TV. It's too much for them. It's too much for them. You're going to have them have a headache. They're going to have a headache. It's too much for them. You know, let them watch, you know, just go watch Nicki Minaj talk. Like, it's too much. Why am I talking about finances to you? Why am I telling you that you have to save like 10% of your income if you want a happy life, instead of like buy those expensive shoes? Like, why am I telling you that you really have to fast? Like when you don't have money, fasting is an option. It keeps you healthy and it helps you save some money. At least so that you can afford rent. It's too much. It's too much to tell young people life is that hard. You know, people don't want to do that, because for most women, once they have given birth by accident, because it was not planned at all. 90% of you are unplanned babies. Nobody planned for you to be here. Nobody planned for you to be in this planet. You just found yourself here. There was no plan. You know, that is why rent is hard for you, because nobody planned for your life. Nobody put you like you're not a trust fund baby. Nobody planned for you. Nobody planned. You're not a trust fund baby. Like, somebody actively put money away for you, for your future, for your education, to buy your first home. You're fucking here by accident. I'm sorry. And that's what we do. We have kids by accident, and then the only thing that we can do to make them feel better about the situation they are in is that we try to give them everything. You want new shoes? Okay, whatever. I'll borrow for you. I'll give you, you know. And so, like, people just, they grow up in that mentality of, you know, wanting dopamine. Like, dopamine. You just want dopamine. This is mental health. This is all mental health. You know, because now you're growing up in survival, and people are just trying to make you happy. Like, make these baby happy to survive in this shithole. So you're giving them whatever they need. So when we grow up and we realize, oh, okay, this is how it is. You start drinking. You start drinking. You start smoking. Reality is catching up to you. Oh, I'm not a trust fund baby. Oh, I'm part of the problem. I wasn't planned. I wasn't planned. Exactly. There was no plan here. My parents were not that bright. Let me drink some more. That's not the best way to go about it. It's not the best way to go about it. You know? Protesting that rent is high, like they're doing in Europe, is not gonna solve nothing for you. The problem is not immigration. The problem is you're not a trust fund baby. You came here by mistake. You invaded this planet. Hello. I'm taking tea. I'm taking tea. So, anyway, you know, like, that's what's happening in the Netherlands. That's what's happening. It's not happening here. Here people don't drink or smoke or nothing. Let's take it to the Netherlands. We can always blame them for being too liberal. But the real problem is not that rent is high. The real problem is your parents had you without a plan, and you already started having other kids without a plan, and somehow you think the political system is going to adjust itself for your needs. Your vote will count. It still counts. your vote will count. It still counts. I'm sorry. Well. Mm. Gwe. Yeah, most people don't want to come into terms with the sad realities of life. They would rather blame it on other people. You know, they would rather blame it on other people and take zero responsibility for their misery whatsoever. That's what's happening to the Netherlands. They can blame the whole fucking planet for their high rent. They're saying it's immigration. No. Your mother gave back to you without a plan. Your father gave back to you without a plan. No, whatsoever. They were busy drinking, partying, having the time of their life, and then they had you. And now you're mad that you're not a trust fund baby because rent is fucking expensive. Rent has always been expensive. Take it to the street. You can protest whatever you want, but the last time I checked, Netherlands have got no resources. You rely on the rest of the motherfucking planet to feed you all. Because you got no resources. You need raw material from India, from Africa. You need bananas from Honduras. You don't know motherfucking banana plantations nowhere. Rent was about to be expensive over there. It's like a desert, but nobody's talking about the realities of like places that don't have resources. It's like you're a barren land. What are you gonna do? And you don't want to build factories. I don't know. You want to wear designer clothes and you want to live in cheap rent. I don't fucking get that whole lifestyle. Like, rent was bound to be expensive over there. Like, what are they protesting for? Like, rent is expensive here in California, and California has its shit together. California has like farmland. I know California is a desert, but you know, we try to steal water from Oregon so that we can fucking, you know, plant shit over here and feed the rest of the country. We try to be resourceful. But I don't know, the Netherlands is kind of like covered with water. Rent's bound to be expensive there if you want to stay afloat. I don't know why. Like, stop blaming immigrants for your problems. It can be immigrants when you live already, like, I don't know. Whenever I hear people blaming immigrants, I'm like, take responsibility. It's like Kenyans blaming their problems on the Chinese. Like, we have a lot of Chinese immigrants, but our problems have always been caused by us. Not really Chinese. Chinese, they just came the other day. You know, and they are trying to escape China. I would try to escape China. China has a lot of rules, like rules, like you cannot have 2 babies. Like, you cannot have, for a long time they could not have more than 1 baby. If you had like 2 babies, the second baby would be treated so badly. Like, the second baby would be like They would not have a state ID. They could not be going to school. They could not access health care. They could not, like, the second baby was like invisible because you would go to jail for having another baby. Imagine that. So if you're a woman and this you're pregnant by your second baby in China, that was like, what the fuck are you gonna do? The government is like, I'm not taking no part in it. Like the whole government of China was like, I'm fucking not touching your baby. It's your second baby. Not gonna fucking touch it. I'm not gonna feed it. No education, no health care, nothing. It's like, imagine the government being like, you got a baby? You got another baby. like the government is deadbeat. Like it's like a deadbeat government on your baby. Like that shit was so cruel that you know, it's hard to even imagine. But you know, people walk away from their kids all the time. You know, black men walk away from their kids a lot of time. Like a record number. Like it's a record number. I'm gonna say it's a record number. It's like, you're not gonna care about this baby's health, finance, like this child of your loins, a product of your loins. You just gonna dismiss a whole fucking human being like they never existed. Like they never existed. Like they never existed. Like, you know, like they're a mistake somewhere. Like they never, like, you're part of me. Like, what are you talking about? Like that. That's how the government of China was towards the second baby. Like, Chinese giving. I tell you, I don't know. It's okay for Chinese to come to Kenya. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just be nice people. Be nice people. You know, I know you guys are very industrious. When you start businesses, we can work together, hire people, be nice. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Be nice. Nice. Bring maendeleo. In Kenya, we like development. In Kenya, we do like people who bring us to speed. You know, we are not very proud. Like, we are not toxic, proud people. If you have something going on and you can bring it to Kenya, we want to have a part of it. Bring it. Bring it. You can bring it, and then we'll create magic together. That's the human spirit. That is what has brought us so much prosperity over the ages. I mean, we've been hard by welcoming. I tell you, Africa, the biggest regret for Africa was welcoming the Europeans and thinking that we could build something together with Europe, because Europe was all about taking. It was never about building together. And even today, you think that they would come and they would be like, okay, let's build together. No, when they come, they always about taking. They're always about taking. I was very confronted one time when I was in Kenya, and one of my friends graduated from child development, and she went to get a job. And another European woman also graduated from, child development, and they went to get a job, and they were paying that European woman like 4 times more than my friend, and they all were starting the same. They were all starting the same, and they were working in Kenya. So the environment is the exact same. These people are exact qualified. They're in the same age bracket. Like, all of them are not qualified. They don't have, and that for me was confronting. That was confronting. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't feel sorry for Europe. Like, when they're complaining about immigration, is their attitude more that they should protesting against? Like, their attitude, they should be protesting towards themselves for their nasty attitude because if they had a more open attitude, we could have built such a beautiful thing, you know, like it's possible for people to build together. But fuck Europe, I don't fucking care for Europe. We will build with China. We will build with whoever wants to build, you know. And Chinese, they like building. They're very business oriented, business minded. They love resources. Like, we'll fucking build with them if that's what they want, you know. Like, we will build. We believe like Kenya likes to Kenyans are very industrious. They like to build with other people. So they'll fucking build with whoever wants to build. It's not a problem for us. It's never been a problem. We are not intimidated, you know, we are not intimidated like by China or other people. We're not. Because once they come to Kenya, they never want to leave. They want to stay there. Who would want to leave anywhere? Like all these beautiful Kenyan people. Why would you want to leave? We kill you with our kindness and our savageness. Kenyans are also savage, brutal savage, but beautiful. Anyway, I gotta go get some sun. It's already 8:30 here, 8:30 in the morning. If you like my channel and you want to purchase my mental health classes, my mental health coaching, go to posttraumaticbliss.com. The class is fucking cheap. The class is not expensive. And I know that it's worth like $4,500, but I know a lot of you're teenagers, you're in your 20s, and maybe you come from parents who don't want to invest that kind of money with you, or you don't have that money with you. So I made it $49 so that I can help that one person nobody has ever invested in them. You know, if you can skip 4 meals, four trips to Starbucks, you can afford that class. It's only $49.99. So if you can invest $49 in yourself, you can change your fucking life. But you know, but you also have to invest something in yourself. Like if you think like life is going to offer you free stuff throughout your life, you belong to the streets. In this life, you gotta work. You gotta work. Okay, so go to posttraumaticbliss.com, get your mental health coaching. Once you're in the class, I'll be able to reach out to you for, you know, so that we can see what's going on. I give you a lot of information on how you can transform your life, how you can change your life for the better. And most of it is your attitude, you know. Yeah, like happiness is about not being, be kind, but learn to put boundaries. Be nice, but learn how to put boundaries. Like for me, that's the biggest secret. So anyways, talk to you soon. I love you. God loves you. Take care.